What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Live Fam. Game. Now today, bro, we got First Job Suck by the boy Stay, man. Shout out Stay, man. He actually reached out to me on Discord and let me know that he was dropping this new video. And yeah, we had to hop on it. Make sure you guys go subscribe to him right now if you're not yet, because he makes pretty peak animation videos. We reacted to him a little bit ago. I think it was things he hated about school. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that. And I literally said in that video that this animation style is very, very unique and tailored to him. And I really like it, to be honest. And it was so cool that he actually reached out and appreciated our reaction and stuff. So shout out Stay. Make sure you guys go subscribe. Like I said, I'm already like this video because I know it's peak. And yeah, man, so without further ado, man, so grab your popcorn. Let's see.
First Job Suck. I had to work 6 different jobs in my life to finally achieve my dream job, which is being a YouTuber. Everybody in the—
Bro, that's kind of like me too. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I had one job like literally straight out of high school, and then I worked like a couple warehouse jobs. Damn, I can't even remember. Wait, let me try to think. So 1, I know 2 for sure, 3 for sure, 4. Yeah, I think about literally 6 places I worked before I became a full-time YouTuber, bro. That's actually crazy.
The world has had a first job. That's why in this video, I am going to show you how I went from being a waiter, a milk boy, a landscaper, and tons of other painful, difficult, and silly jobs to now achieving my dream, the best job in the world, a YouTuber. But first, I need to take you back to when it all started at 13 years old. My very first job as a milk boy.
Oh, dang, you started working at 13? You know what? That's low-key peak though, chat. Earning some money at 13 years old. What grade are you in at 13? You're like, still in middle school, I think? Or going into high school freshman? I can't really remember. I think you're still in middle school at 13. But anyways, the point is, earning money at that age would be kind of peak because, you know, the only things you're really interested in buying is chips and soda and just little things, some candy whenever you want it. You go to the store with your mom and you're like, oh, mom, I can actually take care of this candy myself, so you can't say no. And then you still get whooped for that, so don't even try that.
I wanted a computer growing up so that I could start making videos. The only problem was I couldn't afford it. After both my birthday and Christmas went by and still I had no computer, my mom sat me down and told me she can't afford to buy me one. This was a super important canon event for me because it made me think to myself, well, I guess I'll buy it myself then. After I begged my brother—
That's exactly how it was for me too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't really afford that much stuff. And then as soon as I was starting to work, oh my gosh, it felt like heaven because I could actually buy things and stuff. And I was still helping out at home and stuff and had certain bills or whatever. But overall, I was able, like, I remember the first thing I bought for myself. I talked about this a long time ago. The first thing I bought for myself was a PS5. Like, that was like the most expensive thing that I bought for myself. Other than, you know, like getting in my car and everything. That's a whole different thing. But I'm talking about like just amenities that I couldn't just randomly get when I was younger, right? So a PS5 was one of the first things I got. And I felt so good about that, man. So good. I don't have it still to this day, bro. But it was the first thing I bought for myself, and that's always gonna be like super how do you say, a super good momentum for me.
Well, I guess I'll buy it myself then. After I begged my brother for a whole year, he finally got me the same job as him, being milk boys. And oh my god, it sucked. We had to wake up at 2:45 a.m. run around in the freezing cold, getting covered in milk, rotten gunk, and all sorts of crazy stuff. The worst part was, after all that grueling work, I had to go straight to school by 8 a.m., come straight home and study by 4 p.m. and then fall asleep watching YouTube by 8 p.m. And yes, before you ask, I did fall asleep in class. Multiple.
Oh yeah, you're for sure falling asleep in class. If you're working at 2 a.m. and I'm assuming you don't get a nap before school. So you're just going from 2 a.m. to goddamn what, 3 p.m. the next day? Or no, it's not the next day. It's the same day. You get what I mean though? Like, it pretty much feels like a whole next day because that's how long you stayed up, right? So you're definitely falling asleep. If you don't, you're literally a robot. What?
I did fall asleep in class multiple times. This job sucked on every level. In the summer, it was too hot to be running around and delivering milk. And in the winter, if the cold didn't kill you, then carrying multiple glass bottles while running on snow and ice definitely will. I slipped and broke so many glass bottles on this job. But in my defense, I had to jump off a moving van to deliver the milk to people's doors. Do not do this at home. And you may be thinking, well, at least all that work pays well. Nope. The money sucked. At the end of the week, I would have
jobs like that. It's always some shitty money, bro. It's the entry jobs. It's the type of jobs you get just to get in the workforce, you know, because in the job market, I remember I couldn't get plenty of jobs because you have to have experience, this and that and that. And it's like, bro, you know, most of us motherfuckers, we just coming straight out of high school. We don't have a whole bunch of experience, right? But we want to get a good paying job and stuff. But that's why you got to kind of work yourself up the ladder. That's just how it is, bro.
The money sucked. At the end of the week, I would have $15, and I couldn't complain to my boss because
$15?
I was only 13. It was
wait, $15? Yo, we got to do the math on that. How many days did you work, Stay, and how many hours? Because I want to calculate that.
It was completely illegal for me to be working. So me and my brother lied, saying I was 16 years old. The funny part was my brother was 17 at the time, 6'2", and had a beard. Well, I was saying I'm 16, which is just 1 year younger, but I'm only 4'11", no facial hair, and had a giant baby face.
Just say you're a gremlin.
So, you two are brothers?
Thing one, thing two.
And you're just 1 year apart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir, don't you see this massive thick beard?
One little hair, bro. This is literally me before I grew anything here, chat. Oh my god, it took forever to grow this. I'm not gonna lie. And still, I don't have like a whole full luscious beard and shit. Whereas some people in high school or whatever, or even middle school started having full on beards. I'm like, bro, what the hell's going on? Where my hair at? I only got them on my body.
The lucky part was I'm pretty sure he knew I was underage, but he just didn't care. Even though my first job was a lot of work, I still made a lot of funny memories. Because we would work so early in the morning, our boss would tell us to always be quiet. And me and the other workers were always quiet. It was the boss who may have had some anger issues who was super loud. There was this one street.
Yo, I gotta say, bro, I'm sorry. I just gotta appreciate this animation style and everything. You could tell Stay put a lot of work, a lot of time. I think he hasn't posted in a couple months. I think it was like 5, maybe 6 months or something like that, dude. And you can see why the quality of this is so good, bro. And it's so different compared to other animators I watched and stuff. And like I said, tailored to him. So I see like why it went viral, you know, because every time it introduces something different like this in terms of the animation style, it's really easy to get addicted to. And like his character is so funny too, with just like the one arm and just a very unique face. Like you just know this is Stay.
It was the boss who may have had some anger issues, who was super loud. There was this one
it looks like an animated movie,
always filled with cars. And because the milk truck was so big, he would always get it stuck in awkward places. And instead of being a normal person and keeping his cool, he would roll down his window, scream as loud as he could, while simultaneously beeping his horn.
Wow.
I'm not joking. He woke up the entire street. And when I asked him,
that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, I'll crash out of this motherfucker, man. Imagine you just in a D sleep and a goddamn milkman started blasting his horn at 2 a.m. in the morning, 2, 3 a.m. Hell no.
He said that it's their fault that he's stuck. I saw him do this multiple times. If you think my boss is crazy for doing that, there was this one day that we were running super late because the boss slept through his alarm. So when he picked up me and the other workers, he started driving really fast to try and get back on time, which is...
Oh, driving fast with a truck and with a whole bunch of milk jugs in the back? Probably not a great mixture, boss.
Very dangerous because me and the other 2 workers had one bar and this platform to squeeze onto. I had so many close calls jumping on and off of this van.
That could go so bad.
Still didn't care and actually started getting faster. Not seeing the speed camera he's driving straight toward.
He's just training y'all for work, bro. Like you gotta work on your balance and your grip strength in order to grip the milk. Grip the milk good.
All I remember was seeing a flash of light as my boss annihilated the speed limit. I would pay a lot of money to see the real life photo and video of this happening because it must be the funniest photo of all time.
Let's see. God damn. Everybody just falling off.
It took me years working as...
Wait, what did that picture say? Milkmen Maniacs fee $53.60. This is honestly very cheap for a speeding ticket. I'm not gonna lie.
It took me years working as a milk boy to finally save up enough money to buy a computer. Even though I was super happy with my accomplishment, and I was also one step closer to being a YouTuber. I never went to a single party. I never hang out with friends. And I even skipped my own prom to work on YouTube. But still, my YouTube channel was unsuccessful, which meant I was earning no money from YouTube, which also meant I had to get another job. But
hey, but that's the thing though about YouTube, bro, is that a lot lot of people, they just think it's so easy and everybody could do it and stuff. If that was the case, everybody would do it. But you always got to start somewhere, bro. And even though he's saying that it was unsuccessful and stuff, it's not really unsuccessful if you keep going. You know what I'm saying? If you keep going, you keep posting, you keep trying, that'll make sure that you don't really fail. You only fail when you completely give up, because there is times on YouTube where I've been through so many phases on YouTube where I had little highs, and then I had low lows, and then I had big highs, and then I had even lower lows, and then you just, you know, hope you get to a point where it's kind of stabilized. Like I feel like right now I have a great fan base. Shout out to you guys, Live Fan Gang, and you guys are keeping things pretty steady, I'm not gonna lie, and then blowing up things even crazier than it ever has been before. So yeah, that's thanks to, you know, me being kind of dedicated and keeping going so that I can be in front of you guys and then build this great fan base that I have and stuff. And then just like Stay, he keeps going and keeps going, even though he feels like he's failing or whatever, but obviously he kept going, and now he has a great fan base as well that loves his animations and stuff. So that's what it is. You know, you gotta rewire your brain to know that you're not failing just because something doesn't take off right away, or even in a set amount of time that you kind of give yourself. You gotta just keep going. If you really want something, you're gonna get it, no matter how long it takes, no matter how much hard work it takes. But if you really want it, you're gonna get it, man. And that's not just with YouTube, that's with literally anything in life, bro. Like no matter what profession you go in.
YouTube, which also meant I had to get another job, but there was just one problem: there were none. I applied to every job I could online. I only did this over 100 times, and not one job
I feel that, bro.
Back. So
that was literally me, bro, because some of the jobs I have, like I hated them so much and needed to go. Like I remember I worked this one warehouse job, and dude, I swear to God, it was straight slave with labor, my nigga. Like I'm talking about. And the thing is too, I'm the type of nigga, I sweat too much. I sweat so much, so I'm already losing, you know, my hydration and everything so fast. And I was just working in trucks, like either unloading them, putting them in and shit. And it'll be like straight, you know, 8 to 10 hour shifts and stuff. Oh my gosh, that shit be killing me, bro. Like I was killing my back and everything. And so, you know, you look for other jobs, but it was so hard. And I'm sure it's probably even harder now, to be honest, because if it's hard back then, I can imagine how it is now, or the job market and stuff. Maybe it could be a little better. But in general, the job market is not that easy to get into, and I understand why people they just struggle. They struggle to get jobs, especially if you don't have certain qualifications or even connections, because connections are way more important than your qualifications in most scenarios. Because if you got a connection to a family member that works here or has worked here and can reference you or something, that's gonna get you in way quicker than even if you have a fucking degree in this certain aspect, but you don't have the connection, so you're just starting from scratch in the company's mind, right? Whereas somebody that probably doesn't have as much qualifications as you, doesn't have the degree and stuff, is a family member, they get in right away. So it's different things like that which make it very difficult and excruciating to fucking get into the job market. So I get it, and this is what I had to do before YouTube took off. I was doing like part-time jobs and full-time jobs while doing YouTube and stuff, and hoping that, you know, like I was making enough on YouTube to be able to work part-time, and then eventually, you know, I got to be able to be full-time now. But yeah, it's just crazy, bro. So I imagine how the job market is. If you guys are older, I know I have like a mixture of younger and older audience. If you got the older and stuff, like, can you guys maybe give some anecdotes on how the job market is today? Because I'm actually very curious.
So again, I said, well, I guess I'll do it myself. I was in my bedroom and I came up with 2 different jobs I can do that won't cost me a single penny. Job number 1 was cutting grass. I asked my mom, can I take our family lawnmower and use it to cut other people's grass? After
that's actually really good. If
I
you can
ran
do
to
it.
the back garden to unlock the shed, and there stood my beautiful money.
This might be a Hello Neighbor, bro. I don't know.
To unlock the shed.
Like the
and
lock
there
and
stood
stuff?
my beautiful money maker. Well, she was not exactly beautiful. My family's lawnmower was tiny and really old. This meant that the one job it's supposed to do, which is cutting grass, it wasn't very good at. But I didn't let anything stop me. I'm not gonna lie, the first few times I cut a customer's grass was questionable.
It was pretty ass,
I'm finished, sir. Do you like it?
Yeah, you're never coming back to that house again, buddy. You're banned from any part of this premises.
Would you
or
like
this
to
premise.
pay with
Sorry,
cash
premise.
or credit? Okay, fine. I sucked at first. It was super hot, my lawnmower couldn't cut grass, and it kept turning off every 3 minutes.
Yeah, that would be hella annoying. Trying to do a job, and then the thing that's supposed to do a job is not doing its job, so it just stresses you out because you have to do a job, but you can't do the job correctly.
I also didn't know you had to check the grass before you...
I said the J word a lot. Holy, canceled.
Check the grass before you cut it. I chopped up so many things with my lawnmower, like big rocks,
Bro.
Tons of
God
dog
damn.
toys. And all sorts of crazy stuff that's been stuck in that grass for years.
What the
because
FBI open up! Bro got one of the pirates from a long time ago buried in their backyard, man.
crazy stuff that's been stuck in that grass for
Nah.
years. Because my lawnmower was so small, I had to keep emptying the grass from it every couple of minutes.
Wow.
It's full again, which sucked because on windy days you'd have the grass fly back and hit your body. I would
Oh,
find
no.
grass everywhere.
And then you get so itchy, bro. I hate that. Oh, I'm getting itchy just thinking about it, bro. It's actually crazy how your brain could like feel things that are not there just because you're thinking about it.
My shoes, boxers, socks,
Oh my gosh.
armpits, and just about every other place on my body. I'm also allergic to pollen, so when I'd get a face full of grass, I'd have a major 10-minute sneeze attack. Achoo! Achoo! Achoo!
Bless
Achoo!
you, bless you, bless you, bless you.
I think I'm done. I think I'm done.
You're not
Okay.
dead.
Achoo!
Yo, this is literally me every single morning, especially since I moved, chat. Oh my gosh, my allergies have been so horrible, bro. Like, I don't know. You guys could probably hear it in some videos where like I sound stuffed or something. You probably can't. The mic doesn't really probably pick that up or whatever. But if you do notice I'm like ever sound stuffy or something, unless I say I'm sick, it's most likely my allergies making me sound like that, bro. Because I swear it's so bad.
I would say cutting grass was a successful side business. That is until I met Albert. After I knocked on his door and asked if he would like his grass
Albert.
cut, he said yes and invited me in. As we were walking to
Albert
his
needs a
backyard,
haircut.
he started quizzing me on the equipment I'm gonna use to cut his grass. So boy, what equipment you got? A lawnmower, string trimmer, shovels, a rake, grass knives? Me having
Good
no
questions.
idea what half of that was, I said, yeah, of course.
All of that.
You're gonna need it. And proceeded to open his door to
God damn, is that a backyard or a jungle? We finna see tigers, ligers, bears? Did he? Like, bro,
the forest he's been growing for years. He told me he hasn't cut the grass in 3 years. I'm 6'1", and the grass was taller than me. Not to mention the grass was filled with spiders, slugs, and every.
Oh, hell no. No way I'm working here. No, sir. No, sir. Ain't no way I'm working here, bro. You got spotted all types of infections and that shit. Yeah, you gonna handle that yourself, buddy.
The other insect. I instantly knew my 10-year-old lawnmower couldn't cut one blade of this guy's grass. So what happened next, I'm not very proud of, but it had to happen.
What?
So, you can start today? Of course, sir. Let me go get my equipment and
Nah, he just ran away and never came back, huh?
I'll be right back.
Bro's not gonna be right back.
I never went back.
Nah.
The funny thing is, I still have to walk past
I
his
don't
house
blame you.
sometimes, and I'm always scared he's gonna come out and get me. After this happened,
nah.
I moved on to my second self-employed job, a fence painter.
Fence painter.
Ah, fuck. This job was actually pretty fun. There was something so satisfying about
Yeah, I feel like this might be a pretty chill job, bro. Of course, depending on the weather conditions, but
painting fences that just allowed me to enter flow state. I became one with the brush and the paint. I was happy painting. When I painted, I became the fence.
wait, what?
Now, to be fair, I said
Yeah, this is not painting. This is more like graffiti, bro.
I enjoyed painting. I never said I was any good at it. My very first client is when I realized this job is not for me. The fence was super long. I spent days coming back and forth this house because even once you've painted the whole fence, apparently you have to go over the whole thing again to make the paint thicker. The only
And then you got the backside too.
funny story I have from painting a fence is one day this wasp was bugging me. No matter how many times I shoot him away, he kept coming back. My patience was wearing thin. A couple hours into painting, I was hot, hungry, thirsty, and exhausted. And I still had half a fence to go. And this wasp had the audacity to come up to my
Yeah, I would go like these real quick. Get your ugly ass away from me, boy. But on some real shit though, I would just be scared. I'm not gonna. I don't want to get stung, bro.
up to my face. My instincts kicked in and I started swinging to hit the wasp. I was like a crazy caveman, screaming and punching the air. What I didn't realize was I still had the wet paintbrush in my hand.
No.
I had splashed and flicked the wet paint all over this nice fancy garden. With the worst part being, the man who hired me
He literally saw you too. Oh Lord, jeez.
was watching the whole thing through his kitchen.
Bro, he's having a whole Mortal Kombat scene with the damn wasp.
Hello, sir. How do you like the fence? Yeah, Turns out painting fences suck too. Around
got
this time,
fired.
my YouTube channel had around 100 subscribers, and I was super happy. But
Yes,
still,
sir.
I knew it wasn't enough yet to support me financially. To everyone watching this, if you hit subscribe just one time, stay here. We'll never have to work one of these sucky jobs ever again.
Bro, this just reminds me, it threw me back to when I was like, one of the things that qualify you from getting partnered on YouTube is hitting 1,000 subscribers, right? It's like 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. I'm pretty sure it's the same now. I had to do that recently with my movie channels and stuff as well. But dude, I remember I used to go live on TikTok a lot, bro. Like, if you guys don't know, I actually have a main TikTok account and there's like 400K followers in there. That's not all you guys. Now, you guys are starting to follow that account and see it and everything, but I kind of built that account up from just doing like little comedy skits where people would make original audios and then I would take it and then, you know, do my own like acting out of it. So there used to be that, or just like random ass sounds. I used to just dance and stuff. Like, TikTok was just so fucking random. But I would say that's where I like kind of first got some type of blew up, you know, but it's just TikTok because nobody really cares about TikTok. That doesn't translate to YouTube at all. So what I used to do though, I used to go live on TikTok for a long time and I would like tell everybody, yo, come to the YouTube, whatever. I think I would sometimes stream on YouTube, but I'd be streaming on TikTok or Twitch or something. And I'd be like, yo, please come to the YouTube, man. And in all my comments, I'm like, you know, subscribe to my YouTube. I was trying so hard, bro. And then I remember we had reached 1,000 and it was so lit. It was so lit, bro. Yeah, I don't know any of my OGs. I remember one of my mods, Ultra, was there. Nezuko, like there's a couple people that was there when I hit 1,000. But I know for sure the one that's been sticking around is Ultra. Shout out Ultra, bro.
Sucky jobs ever again. It's okay. It's okay. They're gonna subscribe right now.
Ultra, Small Brain, Nezuko, I think Destiny. Like there's a couple OGs, chat. I remember my OGs.
It's okay. It's okay. They're gonna subscribe right now. Subscribe. When I tell you what my next job was, you're gonna be very happy you just subscribed. For my fourth job, I worked on a builder's site. But I wasn't laying the bricks or mixing the cement. Nope, I had the worst job of all, the trash boy. I remember on my first day, I was asking, when can I use a hammer?
Never.
Am I allowed to break a wall down?
Damn.
Nope. Can I use this cool spinny thing?
Put this safety hat and gloves on and get to work.
Now, one thing I didn't do, and I'm actually, you know, I guess I'm fortunate for not working one of these construction jobs. I wouldn't probably be able to do it anyways, to be honest. But yeah, I didn't work anything kind of like this, you know, that was this strenuous. I guess the most strenuous job I had was just like the warehouse jobs. I'm not gonna lie. But I was planning though, you know what I'm saying? YouTube didn't work out and stuff. I was planning to getting into like the water and power company or whatever. Had some family members that worked there, so I had some type of connection, but you still had to go through a whole exam and wait for job openings to open up. And it was actually crazy because when I actually decided to go a little more full time, or things started to work on YouTube at least a little bit, the job application had dropped and stuff. So I kind of was like making a decision. I'm like, damn, do I, you know, just keep going with YouTube and stuff? And obviously I decided to keep going with YouTube, but I did have that opportunity to work there, which would have been a really great job with a union and stuff. Like it was good. Like that would have been a job to set me up, you know, to have a pretty decent living life. So
Wait, Mr. Builderman, what's my job?
You're standing on it.
I found out why people say to lift with your legs and not your back. Because after a
Yup,
whole day
facts.
of lifting with my back, I was walking like this. I was carrying bricks, cement, and a bunch of other random house items. Even stuff I was super allergic to. With the worst part being, I wasn't just throwing it into a van from a short distance. No. I was on the second floor of the house. I had to carry this trash down the stairs while jumping over and dodging builder equipment and then throw it into an even bigger pile of trash.
And then
I
it goes
had to
right
do
back
this
on you.
over and over again. When I got home that day, I was exhausted. My back was destroyed and I had a major headache from working in the sun all day. But even though I felt super defeated.
see, that's the thing that be killing you too, bro. It's not like only what you're doing, the strenuous activity, but it's also the goddamn sun, bro. That should just be draining you 50% more. God damn, especially if it's just straight shining. That's why I like sometimes early morning. I like early morning before the sun really comes up and it's just kind of misty outside a little bit and you got that cool breeze and stuff. It feels the best, bro. Or even like towards the evening when things start cooling down.
Off my hands. I was meant.
That's the thing. When you do a dishwashing job like that, you definitely gotta wear gloves, bro, because yeah, your hands gonna get fucked up.
Peeled off my hands. I was meant to be just a dishwasher, but because I worked so hard, they gave me more and more jobs jobs. I became a waiter. I would clean and sweep the
That's
whole
how you do it.
restaurant. I served the drinks. I helped the chef prepare the food, and then I even served the food to the customers. If there was a clogged toilet, I'd fix it. I basically became the handyman, and I loved it because it was all a part of my plan. I worked every hour I could at that restaurant and then saved every penny I got paid. I did this for months. I don't really even have funny stories to tell. I was just locked in. And then finally,
Yo, that's funny. He put it literally the day after my birthday, chat, and the day the Spider-Man movie came out. I still gotta freaking watch it, bro. I gotta watch it sometime this week. I should be free.
just locked in. And then finally, I looked in my
Talking about the Spider-Man. Sorry, chat. I know this is not related to the video. I'm sorry. I'm a yapper. Don't watch the video if you don't like yapping. Anyways, yeah. Do you guys want me to play the Spider-Man game on the gaming channel, bro? I'm really thinking about it. I don't know if you guys want that.
locked in. And then finally, I looked in my bank account one day and saw $4,000 looking back at me. What did I do with this $4,000, you ask? I left my job at the restaurant and I went all in on YouTube. I saw this as my one shot to make it as a YouTuber. I spent night and day working, studying videos, reading books, editing, writing, you name it, I did it. But as the months flew by, so did the money out of my bank account. I was running real low on.
That's why I was gonna say right now, I definitely don't recommend doing what Stay did. Like, if you have something that's a stable job and is paying the bills and doing stuff, well, he probably doesn't have bills and still living with parents and everything, which is perfectly fine, by the way. Yeah, I definitely recommend that, actually. You know, get a job and probably help out with some little bills, like pay the internet bill, pay your phone bill, you know, something little like that, just to help out your parents. But if you are grinding on something, you're actually doing, you know, trying to do something with your life, there's nothing wrong with staying with your parents and taking advantage of that situation so that you can save up and then eventually, you know, get to where you want to get to, right? But in this case, you know, he's like, he saw somebody, he's like, oh, I'm done, I'm out of here. Like, I don't recommend that. I recommend at least to do part-time or something, bro. Like, don't just leave completely, because then you're gonna be in a situation where you just don't have no money, then you can't really invest in your career that you want to do and stuff, and you're kind of lost at that point. You gotta like keep something up until you're able to take on something else. Like, you make enough money with something else to actually be able to quit.
Out of my bank account. I was running real low on that money I saved up. 1 year in, and my mom made me go back to college. I had no money left. I had 2 YouTube channels that I gave my all to, and both failed. I told myself that I'm only an—
Wait, Stay, I have a question. Are those 2 YouTube channels you're talking about like the actual ones you have now, or are those different ones?
I told myself that I'm only an official YouTuber if I have a subscriber plaque trophy, and I didn't. I remember feeling like a complete failure, but still, I never gave up. I would walk the college hallways planning how I can still make videos, because all of my time was now taken up by college.
Dedication,
it hit
bro.
me. I'm gonna go all in on making shorts. They are quick and easy to make, and I can make multiple in a day. It was perfect, so I did exactly that. Instead of doing my college work, I would just make and brainstorm videos instead. 6 months into making shorts, something clicked inside my brain, and it felt like I'd cracked the code to YouTube. And technically, I did. I started gaining thousands of subscribers, millions of views a day. All of these years of working and studying finally paid off. Overnight, my channel blew up. I worked harder than I ever have before because my videos were finally successful, and I wasn't about to mess it up. Upload after upload after upload, until one day, as I checked my subscriber count, I literally watched live as it ticked over to 100,000 subscribers.
Oh my gosh, that's such a feeling right there. Hitting 100,000 subs. Even when I hit 10K, that was crazy. But hitting 100,000, oh my gosh, just seeing that many zeros on the board is insane, bro. But yeah, shorts is definitely a way to get into YouTube if you're first starting out and stuff. But I would recommend, you know, you try to transition into long form if you want to be a YouTuber, because, you know, shorts, in terms of monetary value, if you just want to do shorts, you just want to be a YouTuber and stuff. I mean, some people do shorts goddamn full time and stuff, depending on the views they get and everything. But you do have to get a substantial amount of views to be able to like really make a good amount on shorts and stuff. But shorts is perfect to get you started and to build an audience. So I recommend it. Yeah, if you're trying to get into it, that's what you do.
I had done it. I am not only an official YouTuber now, but I had just achieved my lifelong dream that I worked all of these years for, that took me my entire life to achieve. Wow, what a journey that was, huh? I actually did cry when I hit 100,000 subscribers. I don't really know how to end this video, so I strapped A to a rocket and I'm about to send him to space. 3, 2, 1.
Damn, okay. You forgot to untie yourself. Hey. This was such a peak video by Stay, bro. Oh my gosh. Shout out to him and anybody that worked on the project, as you guys can see right here on the side. Hey, this is an amazing video. W comeback video Stay. Hopefully we get some more in the future and stuff, because it only has a few long form videos. I know he has shorts and stuff, but a few long forms, and hopefully we get some more in the future. All right. So yeah, let me know what else you guys want to react to on the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.